Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great morning, night, or afternoon, whatever time of day it is. In today's video, I will be making an art piece based off of 3 prompts, and I'll only be allowed to use 2 art supplies, excluding the pencil. Now, this video is actually a collab with Jadefairy. She's an amazing artist with quality content. I'll link her Instagram and YouTube down in the description below. The prompts I was given were moon, crown, and wave. And the art supplies I was given were watercolor and colored pencils. And boy, did I struggle. Right before we confirmed the collab, I had made a watercolor piece, and the more I looked at it, the more I wanted it to burn. So when she said watercolor, I was a little like, oh yeah, sure, watercolor. Can I choose something else? But then I realized that I was about to give up a challenge, a huge challenge that maybe if I tried it hard enough, I can overcome. So I put on my ninja headband to take the challenge, and I failed. The first piece I made, I didn't like it at all, but I was already halfway through the week, and I hadn't even started editing. I didn't know if I had enough time to redo it, but at the same time, I didn't love the finished product. After talking with my parents, we decided I shouldn't put something out there I'm not even proud of, so I ended up speeding through it and redoing it. And that is what you're watching right now. Quick self-promo, go check out my Instagram, Redbubble, links in the description, like, comment, and subscribe, and if you want a shout out, comment a running emoji. I don't know what I was about to say. Now back to the video. So for this art piece, I decided to do a little girl sleeping on a cloud above the ocean waves wearing a crown. That kind of rhymed. Does it make sense? Not exactly. Does it have all the prompts? Yes. So that's what I went with. To make this look less weird, I decided to add a quote that was written by me. And yes, I wrote the quote with a pen. I didn't use the pen anywhere else. Don't worry. So for the character, I decided to only use colored pencils since I'm more confident with them and I didn't want to ruin her with the watercolor. So I colored her with colored pencils and used my graphite pencil as line art, which I quite liked. And the original, graphite ruined or muddied the colors, which was a main reason I disliked it. And so this time around, I decided that I would use the graphite more as like a line art so I didn't like ruin it. And this really helped because that way, if I didn't have an outline, everything would look blobular, so I had an outline. But if I used the graphite in the piece with the colors, then it looks muddy, so I don't have muddy colors. So it was a win-win. As you can see right now, I'm coloring the skin brown, a chocolate brown. I really wanted her to have a darker skin tone because I thought watercolors are quite light, so I was probably going to be using like more, not exactly pastel, but they would be lighter. And I really wanted her to pop, so brown skin tone it was. And her outfit ends up, it's really cute in the end. I really enjoyed how her outfit came out. So I was like, yes, we're doing something good on this. Something is going right. Better than the last one, at least. The last one, well, it might not look bad from afar. Up close, it bothers me. And I'm not exactly a perfectionist, but I do like my work to be at least decent. And it was muddy, it was smudging, and it was like gray, and the colors weren't looking right, and her face didn't look the best. It just wasn't it. And then I messed up on the moon, so I tried to fix it with the orange colored pencil, and it just looked worse. And I wasn't really having fun while I was doing that piece. So I ended up finishing it, and then one of my siblings scribbled on it, and it was not it. The paper had ripped because I was using thin paper. Nothing was working out with that piece. So I was really glad that I learned what to do, like with the graphite and what I like with the watercolor, even though I only used a watercolor for the background, and the background is pretty plain. And later on, as you see, I kind of like mess up because I accidentally colored part of the cloud with the background color, so I had to reshape the cloud. But it all turned out good. Also, these were really hard prompts to work with, and I wasn't feeling exactly creative, so I just did the basic prompts. In the first piece, it's just a girl floating there wearing a crown, and I thought it kind of looked stupid. So then, in this piece, I decided to put a child and they're floating in a cloud, which does it make more sense? No, but it looked less stupid to me. Okay, it looked less bizarre. Like, I wasn't expecting the girl in the first piece to have powers, but she had to be near. We had to see the moon somehow. So I was like, oh, I'll just make her float majestically. And then I realized, well, this looks like my Monster Girl piece that I did, and it doesn't even look as good as that monster piece. And I used the same exact supplies plus markers, so maybe I should try something else. And that is how we landed on a girl sitting in a cloud halfway asleep, wearing a crown. And I kind of decided that this was happening in her dream, because there's no way this is happening in real life, so I just made it a dream. That's why in the quote below, it says something about dreams. But I really, really did end up enjoying this piece. The background, however, like I said, I'm not the best with watercolor, so I feel like the background is a bit like, it doesn't look the best. It's kind of plain, but that's another problem I had with the original. I felt like it was kind of plain, but this one is still kind of plain, but I keep saying but. How many times did I say but already? But anyway. So I added the cloud, because I also felt like the cloud would add more interest, but I keep saying it. Although it didn't really make anything else more better. I was thinking about like using acrylic white paint, but then I realized, you can't use acrylic white paint. So, because I wanted to add like stars in the background. But other than that, I'm really happy with it. One of the things I'm really, really happy with is like how I go in with the waves. I did the waves with watercolor also, but I really like how like they look blended and they're flowy and they're like look wavy. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Wavular. Makes total sense. So that's all I really have to say about this piece. I hope this video kind of entertained you. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. I'm really hoping. So I'm going to leave you here with music. I'll see you at the end of the video to talk a little bit more and ramble a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed the music. Bye!
알 수 있을까 baby 네 눈을 보면 알 수 있을까 너도 내 맘과 같았으면 좋겠어 내 조금 느린 발걸음이 나는